Hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the mini mental health trainings. This week we'll be focusing on empathy and communication. This is useful to build rapport with individuals with mental illness, but also with people in general. We're going to talk about communication techniques to use, what the difference between empathy and sympathy is, and most importantly, how to apply these techniques in a mental health crisis. First thing we're going to talk about is empathy versus sympathy. There's a big difference between empathy and sympathy. When talking to an individual in crisis, you will want to use empathy. Sympathy is when you acknowledge another's emotional hardship and provide comfort and assistance. This is the equivalent to saying, poor you or that sucks. Empathy is understanding what the other person is experiencing and placing yourself in that person's shoes. Here are some examples of empathetic statements. Having one go-to statement can be useful. Saying something as easy as "you seem upset today, is there something I can help you with?" or "sounds like you're having a rough day." Empathetic statements can show someone you are there to help and care about what they are saying. To demonstrate empathy, you must first use active listening. Fully concentrate and hear what the other person is telling you. Next, label the emotion you're observing. For example, say something like, "you seem mad," or "you seem sad." Next, use a non-judgmental tone to convey understanding back to that person. Using a non-judgmental tone is important because it shows that you are caring about what they are saying. Even if what they are saying may not seem important to you, it is important to that person at that time. Another useful communication technique is using open-ended questions. Asking questions that require more than a yes or no answer can get people talking. Instead of asking, "Are you okay?" try asking, "How can I help you?" It requires someone to open up more and can build more rapport. I'm going to go over a quick way to build rapport and help establish a connection with someone. When you approach someone, introduce yourself with your name and department. You can introduce yourself as a CIT officer. Sometimes people do. If you are CIT trained, sometimes people do know what that is, and it can help that you are an expert in the mental health realm. Next, try to get their name. Ask, "Can you tell me your name?" Next, express what you see, the emotion that you see in the person. This is where those empathetic statements come in handy. Finally, restate what the person has said to you. For example, "So I hear you're saying you're upset because you're not able to find a place to live." This shows that you are listening and that you understand what they're going through. These 4 steps can help to get to the root of the crisis quickly and help build a connection. Some things to try not to do when communicating with clients. Do not say "calm down" or "relax." It tends to have the opposite effect on people. If you tell someone to calm down, usually they get more upset. Try not to give advice too soon. People need to be heard before they'll be receptive to direction or advice. Do not take sides, especially if you are there with somebody else, with one of their family members or someone that they're there with. Do not take sides and do not analyze what they're saying. What they're saying is important to them and they want you to know what's going on. Don't make promises you can't keep. For example, if someone has to go to ECMC, they're on 941 or 945, don't say things like, "If you go to ECMC, you'll be right out," or "you'll be out by the night," or "they'll only keep you there for a few hours." That may not be true. And next time you go to that person's house and it has to be done again, they're not going to believe anything you said because you broke that promise. And don't be sarcastic. Sometimes sarcasm can be taken wrong and people may not understand it. Lastly, there are a few things to remember when talking to someone in crisis. Before telling someone what would you like them to do or giving orders, you have to connect and build rapport. Remember the term connect, then direct. Listen more than you talk. Don't be scared to label the emotion wrong when you're using empathetic statements. If you tell someone you look sad and they say, "No, I'm mad," that's okay because you're trying to understand and it still shows that you're listening and you care. Most of all, slow down. I know it's not always possible, but as much as you can, slow down and spend time with that person. Thank you for everything you're doing out there at this time and always. Here's my contact information if anyone has any questions. We're going to continue to do these every single week while this pandemic's going on. And I hope everyone stays safe out there.